There's nothing on the screens, Pete. I don't know if you need that or not. What's that? We're good with that? Am I good to go? Okay, good afternoon, everybody. It's 3:34 p.m. on June the 4th. I'm going to call the Kent County Administrative Charging Committee meeting to order. Remember, during the meeting, we follow Robert's Rules of Order. All meetings are recorded both audibly and visually. And at any time, we can go into a closed session by a vote of the members. Everybody get a copy of last month's minutes?
Yes, indeed.
Can I get a motion to accept them?
So moved.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Old business. I have nothing under old business. Nothing is out there hanging unless anybody can remember of anything that I might have forgotten. Just no old business. New business, quarterly case review with law enforcement leaders. I think everybody heard what I said for the PAB. We really have nothing right now. We have no foundation of anything. Gary, did you have anything for that?
Nothing yet.
Any?
No, sir.
No?
I'm good. Thank you.
Sheriff, did you have anything for the ACC?
No, sir. I don't.
Chief?
Not to overstep, but when you talk about trends, like, I can only speak to our department, but generally, well, first and foremost, I think it's important to note that I'm not aware of, I know personally for us, there's not been a single brutality complaint or anything with regards to anything, that could be considered a criminal violation. Most everything, I think, has been all technical violations or policy procedure violations. But the one thing that does rise to the top that seems to come back is, the manner in which our employees sometimes speak to the public. And that is something that has come up several times. And we've had, one that has been found in violation of that, and then a couple that have not, so.
When I say we didn't have foundation, so we have one case this quarter for this year.
For this year, and I
But-
apologize, I was
no,
going
no,
back to last year.
But just that one based on the ones we've had before, we're just trying to get more. And like, we do try to look at things, like, is it a training issue? But honestly, probably the only thing that we've seen come up is probably a supervision issue, which I know y'all don't want to hear, but we'll go into it at the end of the year when we do like our case review or end of the year report, and we can go into specific cases where we might have thought if supervision was on the scene, it might have been different, a different outcome. And but those are we're not just looking at like brutality or excessive force or you know what I mean. We're kind of looking at the overall.
No.
And it's just us saying, hey, this is what we've seen, and, present it to you, and we can discuss it, right? And just, you take it for what it's worth, but.
And I certainly wasn't trying to insinuate that the board wasn't watching or looking.
Right.
I just was saying from a personal standpoint for our agency,
Yeah.
I know what we seem to deal with. And it is good to know that we don't have people out here, committing criminal acts.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I think, you hit the nail right on the head. It's, a lot of it's, we used to call them courtesy complaints.
yeah, I like that. That's a better term than what I said.
All right.
But yes, you're right.
I did want to commend you, Chief, on your upcoming this Saturday. I think you've got a meeting at the town hall or
Thursday.
for the
Thursday at
youth
6.
problem and try to get your hands wrapped around that. And that's
that.
great forward thinking. I kind of like that a lot.
I appreciate that. We're hoping to bring some calm to the storm and forge ahead together with the community because community is the key. If we work together, we can pretty much overcome whatever comes our way. And it's been some trying times here in Chestertown over the last few months. There's no doubt. So
Ted, did you have anything?
No, don't.
Okay. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Lawrence Scott to the ACC.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Was everybody here earlier when I did my little introduction?
That was not, unfortunately.
All right, that's okay. Then I'll do a little more. Were you here?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
So I used to be the county attorney up in Cecil County. I was there when the legislation was passed by the legislature for the PAB and the ACC, and then worked to oversee the implementation of that legislation up in Cecil County, and then was the attorney of record for the PAB and the ACC. We had about close to 100 cases a year that we were adjudicating. Most of them ended up in exoneration or unfounded, but you still go through the process and give everybody a fair shake. We had 5 law enforcement agencies up there that we worked with closely. I feel like we did a really good job up there. And I have been asked to kind of go around the state and kind of give pointers and lessons learned, because we've done a good job up there. We're a rather conservative jurisdiction, but we took the role of what the intended purpose of the ACC and the PAB was and did our best to try to implement that. And I think we were very successful, earning the trust of the public as well as the trust of the law enforcement agencies and the officers. We're working with a number of jurisdictions around the Eastern Shore right now, doing a similar role, and just trying to come up alongside and help make sure that the county is properly protected, that the process is followed correctly, to mitigate any potential liability on the back end. And so that's my primary role. And then to also be available to ask questions along the way in terms of what the law is and what the role of the PAB and the ACC are, given whatever complaints may come this way.
I'll let you know, you don't have to show up at every meeting. Your colleague's certainly capable sitting back there.
He's a good
He was
guy.
in my class at
Very
training,
well.
so he's an okay guy.
Well, when I went into private sector, I took him with me, so he's a
Well,
good guy.
you did good. You did
Thank you,
good.
sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lawrence, or Scott, Mr. Scott.
That's all good.
I should get you raised.
ACC open discussion, anybody have anything? Try to make this quick. General discussion, I have nothing to discuss. Public comment, there are none. Our next monthly meeting will be July 2nd, 2025. Can I get a motion to close this meeting, go into closed session? Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're now in closed session.